Welcome to Look Around the Confederation. I'm your host, the Eden Moose. And before we get started, please remember the views and opinions expressed in this broadcast are not necessarily the views of the SCV, its GEC, nor any divisions, brigade, camps, or any other subsidiaries. How is everybody doing in Dixieland tonight? It has been a long time, and I have missed every single one of y'all. It is time to get back into the SCV news and talk about what's happening in your camps, divisions, brigades, armies, and the National SCV. So, a little update. Last week I had a lot of work. It was crazy, so I wasn't able to come on. And it was so last minute that I didn't feel right to give it to the Florida man, Sean McFall, who is another host here on the show, if you don't know. But he ensured me that anytime he can pick it up, and we are lucky here at Look Around and SCV Chat to have Mr. Sean. Great guy. I love him to death. He's like a brother. I can't wait till the next time we get to meet each other and reminisce on our heritage and history. But going back to the format of Look Around, if you've noticed, we've been following a format of doing division and army updates. That is not done. It's just on hold for a while because we are bringing something very special to you, and that is it's election year on the national level of the SCV. So we're going to be starting off Look Around season by giving interviews of these people running for office. We're starting with the Army of Trans-Mississippi, Councilman, past Commander-in-Chief Chuck McMichael, the Lone Ranger, is running for that office, Councilman. We'll start with him, then we'll go to Commander, Army of Tennessee, and Army of Northern Virginia. I'm contacting them one at a time, so I don't have many dates set for y'all yet. I'm still waiting to hear back from a couple people. And, of course, I'm just taking this one army at a time. But I can say that next week, Chuck McMichael will be on to talk about his platform, running for Army of Tennessee, Army of Trans-Mississippi Councilman. And later this week, I'll probably reach out to the Army of Tennessee people and get y'all on. Army of Trans-Mississippi only has one person, I believe, each running for their respective offices. So those would just be 2 episodes. But for example, the Army of Tennessee, my army, we have 2 people running for each position. So we'll have an episode dedicated to each person running for their respected position. That way y'all get to know them. We get to hear their platform, what their plans are, and just get to know them on a personal level. That's something I was very proud of when we did 2 years ago for the armies. And we will be doing it for Commander-in-Chief and Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief. So we'll have, I think we've only had one person announced for each office as well on that, but those will be the last 2 episodes we do. So how it's going to go is we're going to go from councilman to commander in each army, starting in with the Army of Trans-Mississippi, Army of Tennessee, Army of Northern Virginia, and then Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief, and then we'll end it with Commander-in-Chief, and we'll rerun these episodes a bit closer to National Reunion, just in case you forget. I want everybody to pray and think about who you vote for. SCV Chat is nonpartisan. I won't be telling you who I'll be supporting or who I think is the best candidate. That is up to y'all to decide. And it is just a blessing to be able to report on this for the SCV and to do my part in protecting our heritage. So we'll be having those episodes lined up. Speaking of, we have a couple people who are running for national office that haven't contacted yet. I've just contacted the Army of Trans Mississippi, people running for office. But again, for some of the people that are just joining, we are going to be doing some interviews, hopefully, for every office. We did this last term cycle. I haven't contacted everybody yet. I'm still pretty swamped with work. But I have gotten in contact with the people running for Army of Trans Mississippi. And then next month, I'll go into the Army of Tennessee. So I'll contact them. I think we have a couple people in the chat. I know Connor is running for councilman. Mr. Roy Hudson is running for councilman. Good to see y'all in the chat, by the way. I hope you can make time to come on. I would love to have you and talk about your platform and hear your positions on some stuff. I can't wait. Carl Jones is running for commander, and Mr. Tom Wood is running for commander. So I would love to have you guys on. Again, it will be all separate, all laid back, just talking about your platform, your plans, and just getting to know you on a personal level. So I cannot wait to bring those episodes to y'all. I am drawing a blank who's running in the Army of Northern Virginia, though. I'll have to go back through my notes. But yes, it's good to see everybody chat. I'm going to welcome everybody, and then we'll get on to tonight's episode. Not a lot of news for tonight. As I'm saying, we're kind of planning for some stuff. And as soon as we get through the people running for national office interviews, we will go back to our normal format of focusing on a specific army every week. Whew. Losing my voice already. Good to see Mr. Sean. As I talked about him a bit earlier, Mr. Sean, I said a lot of nice things about you. Good to see you in the chat. And yes, sir, continue prayers for your family, Mr. Sean, and you. You are a part of this SCV family and SCV chat family. And I cannot wait to host a show beside you again, brother. Your help means a lot to me, more than you know. Mr. Tom, good to see you. Mr. Tom Wood, adjutant of the Tennessee division, if I'm not mistaken. Good to see you, sir. I look forward to it too, sir. I cannot wait. Jack DuPont, my aide de camp in the 5th Brigade, good to see you, as well as a whole other bunch of titles. Jack runs around like a chicken with his head cut off. It is very entertaining for us. Robert Corbin, good to see you, sir. Al Stidham, good to see you. Kyle, we got some good news from the Kentucky division. Greetings, Commander. Keith, good to see you. David, good to see you. Dave Perkins, good to see you. Miss Linda, Mr. Roy, good to see y'all. Mr. Rick, Brian, Ryan. I think I already said hello to you, Keith. But yeah, we had a full house tonight, so it's good to be back in the chair, so to speak. I've been missing this. It is, as I've said a lot of times, a blessing of my life to be this involved in the SCV and to report on everything. If I could do this for the rest of my life, I'd be a happy man. But yep, working hard, it never stops. So we're going to kind of go in and out of the news. Again, we got a bit of news send in. If you have a Lee Jackson banquet coming up, we ask that you please send stuff in. We will try to report on it as quickly as possible. Again, next week, though, we will be focusing on Army of Trans Mississippi Councilman interviewing past Commander-in-Chief Chuck McMichael. All right, let's see here. Well, thank you, Mr. Brian. Let's jump into some news, shall we? Let me get all the way up here. All right, I think our first bit of news, let me see if I can find it in here. It's been a while. My notes are, even though they're organized by the computer, it still is interesting. So let me get this fundraiser link up for y'all so I can put it in the chat. Let me load this note up. Maybe it won't take too long. All right. All right. So there is a fundraiser going on in Tennessee for Senator Landon Carter Hayes. And so if you don't know about that project, let me tell you about that project. Landon Carter Hayes was a Tennessee politician and Confederate senator during the war between the states. He was born and raised in Carter County and inherited the Hipton Hayes estate when he got married. During the war, he moved to Richmond, Virginia as a Confederate senator. During and after the war, though, Senator Hayes lost his property and moved to Memphis, Tennessee, where he lived the rest of his life. He was buried in Memphis, but later moved to Jackson, Tennessee, where he no longer has a headstone. It is our goal to raise funds and have a headstone erected for him. This project is of the Lieutenant Robert J. Tipton SCV 2083 camp out of Tennessee. And here's the beautiful picture of the stone they're wanting to put up. Absolutely marvelous. And so I would love to see that project go forward. I have not seen an update from them in a while, so I might talk to them at some point and see if I can get an update. Okay, thank you, Mr. John, for that information. I'll get back to that in a second, though. So this is a good project. You're putting a tombstone up for a guy who served honorably, who served as a politician during the war. Of course, all our heritage needs to be honored here, even politicians. And back then, some politicians weren't corrupt. I know that's hard to believe for some of us here in modern day world, but sometimes people actually did their job. I know. Shocked. Okay, so I think David gave us an update here. It is already being placed, but the dedication ceremony is to be announced. So for everybody who did donate to that project, thank you. I'm glad David was here to give us an update. But thank you, David. Much appreciated. Awesome headstone. I cannot wait to hopefully try to make it to that dedication. Depends on how far it is for me and, of course, my work schedule for that day. But I hopefully can make it. Let's see here. Jack asked if it was cold where I'm at. Yes, it is very cold. The reason I have been MIA a lot more than normal is because of being a farmer in the middle of a snowstorm is just magnificent levels of work. Especially in southern Mississippi where we're not used to this stuff. So we have been spending a lot of time making sure the farm animals, their environments are ready to sustain the cold and keep them warm. It's been a long week. And then I had a baby calf. I actually had a baby calf. His name is Roscoe P. Coltrane. I hope y'all can figure out where that's from. So I've been taking care of him as well. But let's see here. We have a current. Mr. John says Mr. Terry is running for Army of Northern Virginia councilman. He's currently the commander of the Maryland Division. Awesome. I'll make sure to get in touch with him soon. Of course, I'll be getting in touch with everybody who runs, though. And I know Army of Northern Virginia has a couple people running for office. I think they're very similar in the Army with us in the Army of Tennessee. Let's see here. Yeah, no. Props to that design was absolutely outstanding. Going on to the next bit of news. Let me see if I can get the link. Where is the link? Well, while I'm trying to find the link, the Stephen D. Lee Institute will be held February 16th through the 17th in Columbia, Tennessee. The theme this year is who we are as a people and an organization. The Friday night reception will be held at the National Confederate Museum at Elm Springs. And, of course, you can see the list of great speakers they have. Link in the chat for their website, by the way. Please go ahead and register and get hotel information at their website, www.StephenDLeeInstitute.com. It is a phenomenal event, Stephen D. Lee Institute. You learn a lot. I hate that I won't be able to go this year. I have some prior obligations with my camp and a reenactment that I am looking forward to attending. So it'll be. I will still be having a great time defending our heritage, but sadly I won't be able to go this year. But I cannot wait to hear about everything everybody learned, and I can't wait to hear about it and learn it myself. So hopefully you sign up for that. That will be a fantastic learning experience. This will be your third one, Mr. Sean Hill. This would have been, I've only been to one. I went to one that happened at Beauvoir, which is owned by the Mississippi Division SCV. I went down there and I had a great time, learned a lot. I wasn't able to go last year, and I'm not going to be able to go this year, but I'm hoping in the future I'll be able to attend a lot more because I love them. You get so much information and good knowledge. You know, we talked about it Monday that the knowledge you get is how we fight. Money and knowledge are today's bullets. You're going to have to be able to know what you're talking about, know how to defend it, know who we are as the SCV and what we're fighting for, which is defend the Confederate soldiers' good name. Miss Linda said it will be their third as well. Congratulations. I'm jealous of y'all. I hate that I'm not going to be able to attend. I would love to see everybody as always. But, you know, I'm going to the Battle of Texas Hospital. Great event. We'll probably start posting their flyers up here soon. Same weekend. My camp puts a table out there, a little booth. And, of course, I enjoy reenactments. And this is like 30 to 40 minutes from my house. So I'm going. I already got my registration, if I'm not mistaken. Miss Linda is rubbing it in, the fact that she had no snow. That is cruel, Florida. We didn't get a lot of snow, but it was snow enough that we were like, ugh. Why? All right. Let's see here. The next announcement. Let me go through my notes. The next announcements from my camp. The Samuel H. Poe Camp number 255 have these 30th anniversary challenge coins made to honor our 30th anniversary from our camps recharting. They're $10 each. You can contact me on my SCV page. I'm the camp adjutant at Harrison SCV. Just type that in and it should pop up. I don't want you to type in my full long Facebook SCV name, but that's my SCV page. You can contact me there. You can email me either way, or you can contact my father, our camp commander at Forrest SCV, or you can type in his full title of Forrest S. Dawes SCV, First Lieutenant of the Mississippi Division or something like that. But either way, if you would like one, please contact me. Hey, all the funds for this are going to my camp, helping keep our Confederate heritage alive in our small little town. And hopefully we have some cool projects coming up that I can share with y'all. All right, let's go on a bit. I believe, let's see here. Richard Garcia and a couple other people made these baseball cards, and it's like for a teaching project for youth, $50 for $20, 50 cards for $20. I'm guessing you can contact Rich Garcia about these. I think they're at the national headquarters as well. So please support them. Awesome, great learning experience for the kids. We got to teach the youth if we're going to want to get our heritage back in the public eye. The reaching out to that next generation is very important, and they're doing a great job with that there in Tennessee with these trading cards. So please support them on that front. Either next time you're able to go to headquarters, or you can contact Richard Garcia, who I think is the second lieutenant commander of Tennessee. But I think he's in charge of this project. He might not be. He might just be helping. But if you contact me, if you want some, I will get you in contact with the people. You can contact us here at SCV Chat on our Facebook, YouTube, or email of scvyouthoutreach@gmail.com. Faversham, we have Carl Jones in the chat. He's having trouble typing. Oh, that's fantastic, Carl. Oh, I missed Carl. I missed having Carl on the show. uh, for that specific reason. All right. General Forest 200 Society, for $200, you can join the General Forest 200 Society. This was in honor of General Forest's 200th birthday. And as well as, I think all funds went to help the Boyhood Home. And this is, of course, from the Tennessee division. I still would highly recommend everybody joining that and trying to help that out. Of course, all that money goes to a good cause, General Forest's Boyhood Home. And again, it's an important part of our history. It's important to keep these things standing for the next generation so they can start asking questions at some point. I mean, funny enough, I started getting really involved in the SCV because of a monument fight. I was always involved with my heritage. I've been in the SCV since I was a child, but it wasn't until I saw them trying to attack monuments that really got my attention. And they attack monuments, places like General Forest's Boyhood Home, and it's very sad. So if you can support them in the Tennessee division, please do. They do an outstanding job with the Boyhood Home, and I think they have a lot of big plans for it. Might try to bring them on one day to talk about it. All right. We are blowing and going through the news. Let's see, the next bit up is the Alabama Education Conference. Now, this is something I really want to go to. It is scheduled for March 16th, 2024. And I mean, look at these speakers, some top-notch speakers. And I mean, this is like a Stephen Dilly Institute in that shape. You're going to get to learn a lot. And again, knowledge is power when we're doing stuff like this. And again, it's just an event you don't want to miss. I hope that you register for it. I will be sending in my registration hopefully soon. Let's see here. Registration is $40. If you register before March 15th or at the door, lunch will not be included and it'll still be $40. So if I was you, get the lunch. It sounds like it's going to be a great event, great speakers. And here's kind of the registration form. If you need me to send this to you, I can. Let me see. I can pull that back up for you. I have a question on a speaker. Yes. So, yes, Mr. Dave, I believe that's who you are talking about. But yes, no, please go out to that event. It will be wonderful and educational, and I hope to be able to be there for SCV Chat just as representation and to enjoy it along with my brothers in the Alabama division. Yes, Boyhood Home Homecoming is in June. We will hopefully get a poster for that soon. I know they always send us one in, and I know it's still a good bit off from June, so I'm not critiquing them by any means. But that's also a fantastic event that I would highly recommend to anybody to go to. Again, that helps the Boyhood Home, that helps everything there, and you have a great time. We're hoping to be there as SCV Chat for that event as well. Let's see here. Yes. Next up is the Army of Tennessee Workshop, which is May 4th, 2024, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will be in the conference rooms at Elm Springs, Columbia, Tennessee. There's only 65 spots available for this workshop due to room size, so register early to guarantee your spot. Registration is $15, which includes lunch. Pre-register before March 15th for lunch. After March 15th, the registration fee will be $20 with no lunch guaranteed. All divisions are welcome to attend. Speakers include Membership Coordinator Eric Pavetti, Commander and Adjutant Training, Army of Tennessee Councilman Carl Jones on Building a Better Camp, Army of Tennessee Commander Jimmy Hill on community involvement and other subjects that are subject to change. But I have no doubt they're going to be fantastic. And this will also be doing during the pilgrimage at Elm Springs show. You get 2 events. 2. And they will all be fantastic. Doesn't that sound amazing? I know I'll definitely be there for that. I cannot wait. Gotta start saving my money. Carl is bleeding me dry with cans of Spam. I just can't keep up with his demands, and he's been bleeding me dry, man. But it's going to be a fantastic event, and getting involved in your community, building a better camp, training for adjutants and commanders, all things we need, and all topics we need to hear. So again, these educational conferences, if you can go to one, you need to go to one. All of them are guaranteed to be worth your time and a good event. You don't have to worry about that. It's going to be A grade stuff. So, going back. Oh, and Saturday, March 2nd, will be a flag retirement ceremony at General Forrest's boyhood home. So make sure you can support them. Let's see here. What's our next event? All right. I always have trouble with this one. So there's a reenactment March 9th through the 10th in Louisiana. Step back in time as Union troops assault Confederate defenses to the march onto Shreveport. Whew. Do we have any Louisianas in the chat that's going to get us big for the mispronunciation? But the Battle of the Bone Landing. We're going to go with that. Sorry for the butcherment. If you're a regular on the show, you know it happens way too much at this point. It's something that I hate that happens. No matter how many times I say something, I've been doing this show for 4 years now, and it doesn't matter how often I come across the same name, I will mispronounce it. It is baffling. But that's going to be a great reenactment in Louisiana. Louisiana reenactments are pretty good. I've been to a couple, and they are fantastic. So please go out and support, again, all these awesome events we're having. It is really a good time to be here. It probably was, Jack, but we're just going to keep trucking along now. The next event is in Louisiana. Let's see here. Another event in Louisiana. Let me pull it up real quick. And we will get into that. But while we're waiting, just a smidge to kill time. Has anybody had a camp event that happens recently or anything like that y'all need to send pictures in for? I think y'all do. So please do if you can. 1 second. So we will. There it is. All right, the information's coming up now. We're good. I didn't want to get this information wrong because it is an awesome event that's happening. Let's see here. So the Louisiana division is celebrating 125 years of their division and 160 the 160th anniversary of the Red River Campaign. So this event will be held April 6th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Kind of what to expect. This is a national event of the SCV. They will have some guest speakers and Mr. Scott Dearman, Charles Ray, Army of Trans-Mississippi Councilman, Dr. John Goddard, and past Commander-in-Chief Chuck McMichael. Music will be on property as well, and it is going to be an all-day great event. Registration or admission is $4. The fee for everyone who's over 12, and that is the fee for everyone who's over 12 and under 61, R62. This will include the museum as well, though. Please bring a chair for the event. You may also want to pack a small cooler for snacks and drinks. You can get more information about this from Army of Trans-Mississippi Commander J.C. Hanna or Louisiana Division Commander Brian McClure. So, again, that is a big event happening in Louisiana. Fantastic logo. Yeah, you're right, Jack. Absolutely beautiful. And I hope everybody goes supports that. Again, I know I say that a lot, but I mean, can you help me? Look at all these great events we have this year. This is also another one I hope to be at. I am going to hopefully try to make it to that April 6th at 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It is definitely something you're going to want to go to. Again, another big event. Real quick, everybody who's sending me stuff while we're live, I appreciate it, but I really need the news before I go live. I can't really see what you're posting in the chat with Facebook links and stuff like that. And I like having a poster. It reminds me to promote your event. So please send that stuff in before Thursday's episodes. You can send it to scvyouthoutreach@gmail.com, our Facebook page, or my SCV page. I'll even accept it there. So please do that. Oh, don't worry, David. We'll be getting to yours soon. GCB, my co-host and co-founder, says no, not a true episode of Look Around unless Moose butchers at least 16 words. And the sad thing is, he's not wrong. That hurts the soul. Mr. Dave, I have not gotten any word from that reenactment. So please try to contact them. If they would like to submit some stuff to us for promotion, we'd be happy to do it. Always love doing it. So please send that in if you can. People are starting to count now how many times I've messed up words. Jack, you're still my aide to camp. It's going to be a long 2 years for you, buddy. Let's go on to the next event. And this is a Lee Jackson event. Annual Lee and Jackson banquet will be held Saturday, January 20th this weekend. Get there at 5:30 p.m. and dinner will be at 6 p.m. Program at 6:30 p.m. Ooh, oh, y'all like this, don't you? At the Yadkinville Moose Lodge. This event is, of course, held by the Yadkin Gray Eagles Camp 1765 out of this town. Let's see here. The meal will include ham, barbecue, soups, sides, bread, desserts, and drinks. Program will be by Charles Knight as he presents Robert E. Lee. Mr. Knight is the North Carolina Museum of History curator of military history and has prepared a special program on Lee for the banquet. Following the program, a fundraiser auction will be held to support the Yadkin Gray Eagle Camp 1765. It's a new effort for a new War Between the States trail marker in Yadkin County. Please bring your friends, families, and join us for a historical event honoring General Robert E. Lee and Thomas Stonewall Jackson. Address is down below. Tickets are $15 for adults, free for those under 18. You can contact the names and numbers below for any other information. I feel like everybody's still on the fact that I've butchered words. This is year 4. I've been doing this for 4 years. And yes, I know it's awful. It's awful. I try. I honestly do try. It just teared me up in the comments, man. Oh, wow. David Pope makes a good point. Charles' book From Arlington to Appomattox is a must-have for any serious war between the states student. So again, please try to go to these events. Awesome events happening for Lee Jackson all over the South. And if you're close to one, support it. I know the Sam Davis camp out of Biloxi, Mississippi is having theirs this weekend. I haven't got any information on that one, but again, they hold a fantastic event every year at beautiful Beauvoir. And yes, Commander Thompson, we'll be talking about that soon, actually. Let's us get to the next bit of news. Let me go to, let's see here. Our next event. All right. This is from David Pope. The 31st annual Robert E. Lee Stonewall Jackson birthday celebration will be held. Now, they've had to reschedule it. I know a lot of people do their event in January, but they had to reschedule it to February 10th, Saturday. Host is the Longstreet Zollifer Camp 87 out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Doors will open at 5 p.m. for social hour. Buffet starts at 6 p.m. It will be at the Foundry on the World Fair site, Knoxville, Tennessee. Period address our business tire. Cost is $40 per person, $20 for children, 12 and under. Price also includes door prizes or door prize tickets. Program will be by Mr. Robert Darney as Stonewall's adjutant and bane of the post-war Yankeedom. Oh, that's a fantastic title. All reservations need to be sent in by February 7th. Please send all payments to Lee Jackson Dinner, SCV Camp 87, P.O. Box 943 in Knoxville, Tennessee. Of course, you can read a bit about their speaker, Mr. William Potter, Ph.D. Let's see how bad. Let's see here. We got a couple comments. But yeah, no. Yes, Knoxville does put on a good banquet. Mr. Tom Wood, thank you. They had an outstanding event last year, if I'm not mistaken. I cannot wait to see pictures for their event this year. So again, if you're in the Tennessee area or close to Knoxville, you need to go to that one. Thank you, GCB. I hope your surgery. Oh, actually, you didn't have that surgery. I'm so sorry, buddy. GCB was going to have surgery today, and something happened. I don't know. I haven't talked to him yet, but I hope all is well. Jack, I will make you get buckets of water just to dump on the ground after tonight during the summer. You are still my aide de camp. I know you. I know that sucks for you, Connor. But yeah, getting back to topic, they've had 175 people to 200 people attend every year. This has come from David, who's a camp member. Fantastic event, hands down, one of the best I've seen and heard of. But all these Lee Jackson banquets are just, we put on some top-notch Lee Jackson banquets here in the SCV. So if you can attend these, please do. Again, I know I say that a lot. It's just there's so many great events happening right now. It's crazy to think about. And you need to try to support as many of them as you can, because when you support these events, you're supporting the SCV and you're keeping the Confederate soldiers' good name alive, because not only are you learning something, not only are you having a good time or camaraderie or brotherhood, you're showing people that we still care. and that this is our history. We're not going to let it go. So please attend these events. Let's see here. David said, for clarifications, you will not be able to get your tickets at the door. You need to contact the camp adjutant. If you bought tickets for the original date before they rescheduled, you're still good for this event. So make sure everything's good. It's been rescheduled to February 10th. We'll talk about it. Carl says he will be at the Kirby Smith Camp's Lee Jackson Banquet this Sunday. So, again, another great event. These Lee Jackson banquets are all knocked out of the park. Try, again, to attend as many as you can because they're all great. Daryl, they're making fun of my mispronunciation of words. I have a problem with pronunciation. If you watch the show for a long period of time, you will see that is a recurring joke that I am not telling. It just happens. So it's interesting. And my aide de camp is actually trying to do these jokes with me right now. And I was informing him that this summer I'm just going to pick him up, drive him to Beauvoir, make him just carry buckets of water to dump on the ground at this point. Jack, I will remember this. And I also remember the moose hunt poster you made for us. That's so thankful of that, by the way. Why is Santa Claus still watching me? I haven't put Santa Claus up yet in storage. But, yeah, so please support these events. Let's see here. Mr. Roy says, no matter where you live in the Confederation, you can find an event to support. No true words have been spoken. There are great events happening all throughout the South. You can't make them all, but you need to try to make as many as you can. Because, again, it still shows that we care about our history. You learn something. You have a good time. But these events, when we knock it out of the park, you're helping the camp. You're helping that community. There's so many things that are going on when you support an event like this. So please support these events. Thank you, Mr. Roy. Chief of Heritage Operations, Mr. Ron Kennedy, said he'll be at Beauvoir tomorrow night. They had to take the second best speaker. No, I'm sure you'll do great, Mr. Kennedy. If I didn't have a baby cow to take care of, I would be with you Saturday. Saturday night to talk or to see the Beauvoir Lee Jackson banquet. It's a phenomenal event, the Sam Davis's banquet. And if you're around Beauvoir in Mississippi here, I would highly recommend you go. I'm watching you, Jack. All right. Going on to some other events. Let's see here. All right, we're going to Kentucky for this next one. So in Calvert City, Kentucky's Christmas parade, the Colonel Alfred Johnson 276 SCV camp of Benton, Kentucky, and of the Kentucky Division participated in the parade. Awesome, great way to show everybody that we're still around, we're still active. Make sure you have some good numbers when you go to events like this. This is why I always ask people to support parades like this. It's a great way to get out in the community and to show the community that you, the camp, care. So we got a couple pictures from that. This is them. Of course, you can see standing up in the right-hand corner is the Kentucky Division commander. I wanted to point him out to mess with him. You'll see him as a recurring person, I believe, in these pictures. And look at that. Look at that. Some youth involvement. Doesn't that just warm your heart? It does mine. And it's good to see youth get involved in the SCV and carry the colors. Isn't that just fantastic? And, yeah, here's another picture from that. Here's another picture. Beautiful camp banner they have there that they're carrying around for the event. I think nope. That's going to be the picture you want. And of course, also the OCR was there as well from Western Kentucky. I think it's the Patriots of the Orphan Brigade. And then again, here is Kentucky Division Commander Kyle Thompson on the left. And again, another awesome feature. Youth. Makes me smile every time. See here. Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief Donnie Kennedy is on the road to Kentucky tonight. So safe travels to him and prayers. Safe travels to you, Mr. Ron, as you come down to Mississippi. I would love to get to see you at some point soon. I won't be at the event this Saturday, though, sadly. Again, got a calf. I got to take care of Roscoe P. Coltrane, my baby calf. Let's see here. David says going back to his camp's event, if you can't make the rescheduled date and pay the original date, you can email them. The email for the camp is in the chat. Please make sure to again support the event and get back to him whenever you can. Kyle says we love our camp mascot, Nora. She gets a lot of compliments for us. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad y'all had a great event. I'm glad she was there. And going back to Kentucky, I believe y'all have a Lee Jackson dinner. So the Western Brigade's Lee Jackson dinner presented by the Kentucky Division Western Brigade. It will be $15 a person, kids under 12 free. Meal includes fried chicken, ham, cheddar mashed potatoes, green beans, pasta, salad, corn rolls, house salad, Robert E. Lee cake, and banana pudding, sweet and unsweet tea, lemonade, coffee, and water. Guest speaker will be Mr. George Copeland as Stonewall Jackson, plus a special appearance by President Zachary Taylor, father-in-law of President Davis. All members and friends and family are welcome. Please register ASAP. There will be a silent auction and door prizes. This event will be held on January 27th at 12:30 p.m. at the local church. Information down below. Of course, you can get in contact with them if you're going. It sounds like it's going to be a great time. I hope y'all have a great time, Commander, and enjoy that brotherhood and that sisterhood that we have here in the South. I'll thank y'all for sending that stuff in. We'll promote it again next week. And again, please try to get as much information to everybody as possible. All right, we will be slowing down. We're getting to somewhat of the end of news. But real quick, oh, no, that's the news before. We have another Lee Jackson event, the 9th annual Lee Jackson Banquet, hosted by the Shieldsboro Rifles Camp 2263 and the Gainesville Volunteers Camp 373. This will be held this Saturday at 5 p.m. in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. Masters of Ceremony will be Camp Adjutant of the Shieldsboro Rifles Camp, Don Green. It's going to be a good event. These are two good camps that do great work. And it will be a fantastic event for all. Again, this is another great event if you are in Mississippi, if you're passing through, or if you're traveling around Mississippi. Again, try to support these events. You'll have a great time, great food, and I can't wait to see the pictures for this year. I can't wait to hear about it from my aide-de-camp. So I can't wait. Oops, I hit the wrong button there, GCB. My apologies. And let's see here. And we're going to close it off with one cool event happening. But first, let us go to Beauvoir real quick. Third Saturdays are back at Beauvoir. Come out to see living historians portray the life of the 19th century soldiers. And while you're here, be sure to tour our wonderful museum, check out our library, and pay your respects at our historic cemetery. Buy a souvenir in the gift shop. And of course, don't forget the Beauvoir home itself, the last home of President Jefferson Davis. Come visit Beauvoir, where history comes alive. Third Saturdays are, as the name recommends, every third Saturday of every month. Fantastic learning experience. And fun for the whole family. The kids love it. Everybody just has a good time. And of course, it's a good way to spend the day. So if you are around, make sure to support the event. And I just want to thank GCB for all the kind words he has shared with me over the phone right now. He's a good man. Good man. Let's see here. We have some news from Mr. Tom Wood that Camp 929 in Jamestown, Tennessee puts on a Greatly Jackson banquet. It was a potluck dinner with great food, and the speaker was Commander-in-Chief Jason Boshears. It will be held on January 27th. Contact me if you're interested. That sounds like an awesome, great event. So make sure, again, if you are around, support these events. They're fantastic. They all have great speakers, all have great food, and it's a good time in the South to celebrate two great men, General Lee and General Jackson. David points out they had over 100 people in attendance last year, so you'll have a great time. All right. Winding down our news. Let's see here. All right. This goes back to the Gainesville Volunteers Camp. They just had a press release go out about a headstone dedication. And we're going to talk about that event in a second. I just wanted to point out how awesome it is. They sent out press releases for this event. They want a big crowd. They want news there. You need to be there at this event. This is the time to show people who we are. We're simple folks wanting our history and heritage to be left alone, honoring Confederate veterans. So this event will be held January 27th at 12 p.m. Of course, the sponsor is the Gainesville Volunteers Camp 373. And the person they were giving the headstone to is Private Henry Daldrill of Company E, 3rd Battalion, Mississippi Cavalry Reserves. Now, Jack, I will let you correct me on this. It is a veteran's name. You are more than happy to correct me. Okay, yeah. Daldrill. Private Henry Daldrill. Of Company E, 3rd Battalion, Mississippi Cavalry Reserves. This, of course, will be at the Daldrill Cemetery. Also helped up by that camp, if I'm not mistaken. Again, Jack, who is a member of that camp, says they are very happy with their relationships with their news media in that town. That camp, the Gainesville Volunteers Camp, does a great job in their community. I mean, fantastic job in their community. The local politicians know them. The state politicians that represent that area know them. They're out in the community. The community knows them. They know who they are. And the news talks about them. They are a great example of what you can do when you get involved in your community, and it's fantastic. So please support this event. I'm begging you. please. It's going to be fantastic. Here is a map of the cemetery, just in case you need some help. You can screenshot the screen, or I can send it to you. Or you can probably go to the Gainesville camp page and talk to them. Let's see here. Yes, the camp restored the whole abandoned cemetery and got the headstone from the VA and installed a Southern Cross of Honor. Please know Jack is 15, and I'm not putting it all on Jack. But Jack did a great job getting that headstone, and that camp has done a great job with that cemetery and this event they're planning. It's going to be spectacular. They also have a great relationship with Congressman Mike Ezell. All right, a couple more announcements. Lieutenant Robert J. Timkenkamp will be announcing a dedication for the Senator Landon Hayes tombstone, hoping to be in March. Yes, please send that to me. I've been talking about y'all's fundraiser, so I would love to talk about the event itself. Please send me all the information and a poster as soon as you can, Jason. That would be fantastic. I love that. Please send that in. Commander Jason Boseers and Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief Kennedy and little old me had a great time in Lexington, Virginia this past Saturday. Lexington, Virginia is where General Jackson's grave is located. Great turnout, speeches, and parade through the town. That sounds like a great day in Dixie. Please, if y'all have pictures of that, send them in. We'll talk about them and have a just great old time. Let's see here. We are wrapping up with the news. We're almost done. We got one more news event left. And it's going to be fantastic. Let's see here. I'm going to go through the comment. Let's see here. Okay, I thought I saw another comment, but I didn't. All right. Going into our last bit of news for the night. And we're going back to Beauvoir. Beauvoir has an awesome event this month. The pilgrimage, or next month, the pilgrimage to the tomb of the unknown Confederate soldier. So, there's the tomb of the unknown American soldier. This is ours for the unknown Confederate soldier. This is his tomb. This is his representation. That represents all the unknown Confederate veterans that is only known to God. The pilgrimage at Beauvoir started back in 2016, and then it's become an annual event for the Beauvoir property to honor all Confederate deads. The soldier's remains, there is a soldier in this tomb, were discovered by Mr. Rick Fort and was laid to rest on the Beauvoir property in April of 1980. The tomb reads, "Known but to God," and was dedicated on June 6, 1981. It is a fantastic event and honors our fallen. Again, let me pull it back up. February 10th at 10 a.m. I will be there for that event. I am looking forward to that event. I've been wanting to go to that event for a while just to honor our dead. And so if y'all can make it, we would love to have you. And, of course, just come and honor the dead that are, sadly, we don't know where they are. If that doesn't give you goosebumps, I don't know what will. That's just honoring the veterans, and that's what we're all about here. And I hope you got that knowledge tonight. That's what we're about here in the SCV. I hope you share this episode out. Share it all. We can't do this without you, chat heads. So if you share it, we can get a lot of good people to see this video. We've had a lot of good momentum this week. Y'all shared Monday's episode out, our Lee Jackson episode. That has over 1,000 views already. 700 views on TikTok. We've been all over the place this week, and we've got a lot of momentum going into this week. So let's end it on a high note. Our videos usually get about 1,000 views, but That episode's really starting to pick up some traction, and it's already got 1,258. That's awesome. You know, we've reached 200 more people than we normally do. So keep sharing that episode. Keep sharing this episode. Let's build and build and build and build and build on all this wonderful momentum we have and get the news out about these events and all the news in the Sons of Confederate Veterans. Thank you guys for watching. Next Monday, we will have Mr. Michael Harty on to talk about Stonewall Jackson. This event is in honor, or that episode will be in honor of General Jackson's 200th birthday. So another big episode planned this upcoming Monday. Michael C. Harty will be coming on, and we'll be celebrating Stonewall Jackson's 200th birthday. And I ask and beg of you, let's do some great events for General Jackson this year. Not just Lee Jackson banquets, but let's have a good year in honor of General Jackson. Let's defend the history and do not be afraid. Let us fight to the very end and save our history. Thank you all for watching. Oh, yeah. And this next Thursday, we will have past Commander-in-Chief Chuck McMichael on to interview him on his position of running for Army of Tennessee councilman. You'll hear his platform, get to know him as a person, and hear about his SCV career, so to speak. I want to thank you all for watching. I do this for the Confederate soldier, for our heritage, and for all y'all that give me the news to report on. I love doing this, and I couldn't do anything else. Thank you, Mr. Roy. I'm happy to be out in front of it. It has brought some interesting moments in my life being on the show, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you, Miss Linda. Awesome to report the news of the SCV. Thank you, David. David wants to remind everybody that they'll be doing their Lee Jackson program on Friday Night Live in the Douglas Southall Freeman group at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you, Mr. Rick. And Miss Linda is right. If not us, who? And if not now, when? Thank you all for watching. Make sure to share this episode out. And remember, my friends, to stay Southern. Good night, everybody.